I was in the cast of the 42-hour and the 44-hour marathon.
I performed in the marathon a couple of years ago.
I'm performing in the marathon this year.
I performed in 2 marathons.
I'm performing in the marathon this year.
I did the Hideout Improv Marathon 3 years ago.
I've done the marathon 2 years.
8 improvisers, and they're all improvising for 45 hours straight.
Every single hour is a completely different show.
They're joined usually by a troupe or members from a show or something from outside.
Very loosely formatted shows where anything can happen, to very specific genre shows like Charles Dickens.
Now you're doing a musical. Now you're doing a deep and thoughtful narrative. Now you're just playing short form games.
All of the shows are so different that you have to be challenged mentally in improv as well.
You're on the edge of your seat because you never know what's going to happen.
It's insane, and we like stuff that brings the whole community together.
It breaks your brain in such a great way and then puts it back together.
I am terrified about being awake for 45 hours.
45 straight hours of improv. I hope I make it.
I'm really going to try to stay kind and loving and have a good time the whole time.
I expect to get cranky. I expect to get hungry.
I'm so excited to play with girls. I love to dance and I love to sing.
I'm not that strong of a musical improviser, so I'll have to throw myself into that.
We're going to have a core group of audience members, and they're going to watch the entire 45 hours so that the players have an audience no matter what time it is.
I'm going to be watching all 45 hours of the marathon this year. This will be my 3rd time. I'm the only one that's this crazy. Every year that I do it, I learn so much. They appreciate that we're there. They're always so encouraging, and seeing them perform hour after hour after hour is inspiration to keep going.
As your mind starts to go into the after 24 hours of no sleep place, you just stop caring about anything.
I was so tired, and by the end I was actually hallucinating. I was basically dreaming with my eyes open.
The way I stayed up was I had to get on stage immediately in every show.
If a show came along that I just wasn't really feeling that strongly, then the fatigue would come crashing back.
But somehow the improv worked.
As soon as the show had me, as soon as it had my attention and interest, then that just melted away and I was just back to playing.
I remember in the wee hours actually getting more and more committed.
Let the improv fuel you where your body gives up.
There is a big cluster of shows between, say, 2, 3 in the morning and 9 and 10 in the morning that are wacky crazy and really great shows.
Do not miss those shows because they are insane.
The improvisers are so tired that they just don't care anymore, and they've completely let all guard and artifice down. They're usually highly absurd formats that you'll never see again.
They just keep getting funnier and funnier.
Those are the absolute best times. That's when the really crazy stuff happens.
We raise money for the youth program, a couple of $1,000s every year, and that goes towards scholarships, towards sending our own youth program shows out to libraries and schools that couldn't otherwise afford it, and also paying for kids to come to our summer camps.
Before every single show, we all said, "I still like you," and we said that throughout the entire 43 shows.
You just have this great support network that lets you fall into that groove of knocking out one show after another after another.
I'll never do it again because I just can't imagine a better experience.
And it got me over all of my fears about breaking improv or doing something wrong on stage.
After a very inspiring speech by Peter Rogers at the very end of the marathon, I was in the audience crying, going, okay, fine, I'll just take an improv class.
I am so grateful to both those casts, and I still feel family about those people.
Cool.